Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is RenewedSpark once again. I just finished playing the original Deathsmiles, and I got that uploading as we speak, and now I'm playing its sequel, Deathsmiles 2. And what appropriate timing, because Christmas Eve will be in half an hour from now at the time that I'm recording this, and this entire game is completely Christmas themed, unlike the first game, which was pretty much Halloween themed. And again, as I said, you know, the lame joke in the first video that, you know, I played the first one before the second one because it's like the nightmare before Christmas. But anyway, yeah. Very much like the first game, this one's extremely, like, it's just so weird and completely out there. Like, you can't make any sense of the story or the enemies or anything. I mean, for God's sakes, that's the main villain. His name is Satan Claus. Anyway, this is Deathsmiles 2, and to those who haven't watched the first video yet, this is much like the first Deathsmiles game, which is like a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. This game was only released in Japan, technically. It came out here in America as a game on demand, but still, even if you buy that version, as you can see from this cutscene, the game is completely in Japanese. They didn't bother to, you know, translate any of the scenes or anything like that. So even the, I don't know if y'all could hear it over my voice or not, but like even the cutscenes, the girls speak Japanese, all the text is in Japanese, blah blah blah. So I'm sure y'all are thinking, so RenewedSpark, why the hell did you shell out the money for this if it's completely in Japanese? Well, thank God. The navigating the menus and just getting yourself started with the game and all that, you don't necessarily have to know Japanese to make your way into the game. As you can see, you know, it has start, one player, side play, there's training modes, you can go online, rankings offline, you see this. But yeah, like the menus, they made them very, what I like to call import friendly. The original game had 4 girls that you could choose from, but this one added 2 more characters that you can select from. It's these 2, and here's the original 4. Yeah, these 4 over here, and I'm gonna go with my favorite one once again, Casper, because like I said in the first video, I love all things electricity. In case y'all didn't see the first video, the rules pretty much are the same here. You're allowed to well, first of all, you have to pick the first stage. You can't choose your stage here quite yet. After you complete the first stage, you're welcome to after you finish the first stage, you're welcome to pick these stages in any order that you wish. And as you can see right here in the middle, you can select from levels 1, 2, and 3. That determines the difficulty of the stage that you're playing, with level 3 being the hardest and 1 is the easiest. Just like the first video, this is not an expert gameplay or anything like that. I'm just gonna sit and enjoy this game and just casually make it to the end. You're probably gonna see me die a lot and make a lot of stupid mistakes and continue a lot, but I mean, it's plain and simple. I'm just casually having fun. I don't know if y'all have stayed. Again, if y'all haven't seen the first video, that one had the first Deathsmiles had some cutscenes, but they weren't all that fascinating. It was like, I think this one, they went into much more detail with the cutscenes in this game than the first one. You'd have to go back and watch the cutscenes of the original game and then see this to know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, here we are. This is Deathsmiles 2, and as you can see, it's a whole Christmas level and all that, like Christmas trees and all that stuff up. Such a weird game. Unlike the first game was completely, like, it's completely a 2D game. Like 2D sprites and everything. This one, they actually, like, even though the game is played on a 2D playing field, it's entirely, like, you know, 3D graphics and all that shit, you know what I mean? Like, I think the backgrounds are, I'm not saying this is a beautiful game or anything like that, because it's, I mean, I think for a 3D model game, the graphics are pretty bleh. But at the same time, it is more interesting to, you know, be able to navigate a town like see the buildings from like a 3D perspective as the camera takes all different angles and shit like that when you're flying. Stuff that wasn't possible in the first game because it was completely 2D. So, my feedback, like, what do I think? Oh, here comes the first boss. Sorry. Unlike the first game, Every boss in the game has their own little cutscene that plays before you fight them. It's optional to turn those cutscenes on or off, and even if you have them on, you're welcome to skip them. This is the first, and he's going to be the last boss of the game, Satan Claus. Oh yeah, I was saying, so my thoughts on this game overall, like, what do I think of Deathsmiles 2? It's great. I think it's just as good, if not better, than the first Deathsmiles. I was ecstatic when I first picked this one up. I hesitated. Like, I had the first Deathsmiles for quite a while, and then Deathsmiles 2 ended up a game on demand for like, I think it was available on the marketplace for like a month, like 2 months or so, and during that time I was debating, I'm like, should I really shell out the $30 for this? Because there's always that chance they might translate the language to English and release it on disc eventually. But I said hell with it. I got impatient. I couldn't help but go ahead and shell out the money for it. I mean, the price of this game is $30. I'm pretty sure. I think it's still $30 as we speak. And it, again, just like the first game, to me, it's worth its price point. This one, like as you can see, this one plays just like the first game. They also included a mini game. I forgot what it's called. Turaki Race or something like that. It's some kind of little mini game. It's really hard for me to explain it here. I'd have to show it to you, but it's like a bit of a weird platformer. Like you're trapped in this ball and you tap A in the slightest and you just go skyrocketing, and you can like ricochet off of walls and ceilings and shit, and it's kind of like solving a puzzle and reaching your way to the goal. The weirdest way to describe it, it's almost like a 2D Super Monkey Ball. That's like the best way I can sit here and describe it to you. I mean, for a little mini game included on here, it's a fun distraction. I think it's pretty fun. I'm not going to sit here and promise that I'll play the mini game. Maybe I'll show a little bit of the mini game before I end this video. I think I'll do that, just to give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is the second stage of the game, and I'll be completely honest with y'all. This is probably my favorite stage in the entire game. Not only do I love the way it looks, but what was I gonna say? Not only do I love its design, but I also love the music. Like the background music to me, just it stays stuck in my head. I don't know why. Every time I think of Deathsmiles, this is the first song that pops in my head. I really don't know why. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, just like the first game, as you're fighting enemies, they drop items, and each time you pick the items up, it increases the number at the lower left corner. Once it reaches 1,000, you can use a power up, and it'll power up your shots for a limited time. It's the second boss of the game. I really don't understand. I can't make sense of half the shit that happens in this game, but sorry, I got distracted. Allison just walked in the room. I'm gonna have to pause this. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Allison had walked into the room and she needed help resetting her phone, as the text just explained. The text I just threw up on the screen. So anyway, here we go. Back to the game. Anyway, yeah, this is the second boss. I missed out on like what his name is or whatever, but he originally started off as like a castle, like in the background, and suddenly this thing came to be. Again, I don't understand this game. And he's gone. He's gone. So from what I understand, the story of this game, I never really explained in the playthrough of the original Deathsmiles. Like, when the girls were transported to this alternate dimension from the real world that they lived in, this old... Oh, I did not mean to pick level 2. Shit. It's all good. I don't care. Anyway, there was this old man who took care of the girls as they were being transported to this alternate dimension. Well, from what I understand in the story, Satan Claus must have came by the house and killed the old man. And I think that like there's like these music notes that Satan Claus pretty much like I think he took from the girls or something like that. You have to gather all of these music notes that he had stolen and use them to revive the old man that died. I mean, again, this entire game is in Japanese, but that's my understanding from it, from the way I've played it. I mean, from how much I've played it. Sorry, I'm doing horrible, just like the first game. I mean, oh, I didn't even realize it's now 12:10. It is now officially Christmas Eve. So happy Christmas Eve, everyone who's watching this and listening. Yeah. I know I said earlier that this entire game is Christmas themed. Not necessarily. There's some stages in the game that have, you know, Christmas look and feel to them and all that stuff, but not all the stages. And you know, I consider this game Christmas themed mainly the fact that the main antagonist of the game is Satan Claus, which weird and creepy at the same time. And I should have said this earlier in the video, if I'm speaking like, if I'm quieter than I normally am, or I'm not as all energetic or whatever, it's because the girls are in the other room, they're watching another movie. When I was playing the first Deathsmiles, they were watching Gremlins, and you know, now that I'm playing this one, they're currently watching Black Christmas. Both are good movies. Gremlins I haven't seen since I was a child. I probably should have stuck around and watched that with them, but dear Jesus, like we've already had like a movie marathon all weekend as is. I'm like movied the fuck out right now, if that's even a word. Dear God, one of the movies I did catch this weekend finally is Dark Knight Rises, and it was amazing. Oh God, it was good. Allison actually shelled out the money. She bent over backwards to order the Bat Cow. Like, she ordered that special edition of Dark Knight Rises, which she told me it's a bitch to find. I don't know how true that is, because I haven't shopped for it myself, but anyway, yeah. Sorry, this game has nothing to do with the Dark Knight. Sorry about that. I also never did go into the buttons exactly how to play this game if anyone's interested in ever picking it up. Just like the first game, you can only shoot left and right. The B button does a power shot to the right, A button does power shot to the left, and left trigger does a weaker shot. And you know, the triggers do weaker shots in the corresponding direction that you're pressing them in. And weaker shots allow you to fly a little faster, but you do less damage with your shots. And again, like the first game, I prefer to go ahead and use my power shots to wipe them out faster, but it makes my character move slower. That's the one drawback. And the X button allows you to lock on to enemies. To me, you seem to make more use of the lock-on feature in this game than the first, because of the 3D graphics, some enemies are only in the background and shoot at you from the sides sometimes. Well, not necessarily, but well, from what I think that some enemies can shoot at you from the sides, but I'm not 100%. But anyway, if you need to wipe out any enemies from the sideline, you can use the lock-on feature to take them out. I don't think that they shoot at you. I could be wrong about that. I'm really sorry. And I'm really sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if I sound so out of it. I'm extremely tired, and to be completely honest with you all, I've been really stressed out. It's the typical holiday blues where you pretty much spend more money than you really wanted to doing all the Christmas shopping and shit, and it's like you end up forgetting about all the bills that you still have to pay throughout the month, and you end up, you know, you have no fucking clue how you're gonna catch everything up. So it's like I got the typical holiday blues. I mean, I'm not gonna die from it. I'll be fine. Anyway, I also love this stage. I think it's a neat. I think this is a fun stage. This definitely has more of a Halloween theme to it than it does Christmas. To be honest with you all, the girls When I say girls, I mean Allison and Brandy. They're both here. Sorry, I never mentioned that they're here with me. And Allison's my girlfriend, in case y'all don't know, and Brandy is her best friend. But they offered to play Deathsmiles, but I told them I don't think it's a game that they'll enjoy. Like, I don't think they'll want to play this, because I told them that it was a Christmas themed game. But looking back now that I'm playing it, it's not even entirely Christmas themed at all. It's like it has a few Christmas references in it, but it's not really a Christmas game. Which I'm dying to get Christmas nights. I have absolutely no money right now. You all have no idea how broke I am. In fact, my bank account's gonna overdraw like any minute now. Oh jeez, sorry. Again, I'll be fine. This is a weird boss. I love that. That's so funny. Jesus Christ. To me, bombs are like a must in this damn game. I swear to God. That's not creepy at all. Pedo, pedo, pedo! Just like the first game, I mean, holy shit. I'm not the best at this game at all. Again, I'm just playing it for shits and giggles now, just casually playing. So if I do stupid shit, then yeah. Not giving it my 100% all. And even if I was trying my absolute hardest, I'm just not that skilled at this game. But I fucking love it. I think it's great. Anyway. That's the end of this stage. Much like the first game, it doesn't take very long to complete this game at all. In fact, maybe it's just me, but I feel like this game is even shorter than the first game. But yeah, I mean, pretty much, I'll be completely honest with you all. Again, I said earlier that this game was definitely worth picking up if you're a fan of shooters. If you already own the first Deathsmiles, and you're thinking, you know, should I get the second Deathsmiles? It depends on how much you love the first one. Because I'll be completely honest, this game, it's pretty much, even though it has 3D graphics and 2 more playable characters and the fun minigame that I mentioned earlier, when it boils down to it, it's pretty much more of the same shit deep down inside. That's all it boils down to. You're paying $30 for more of the same thing. It's just a few more extra stages, but the game is still, it's incredible if you're a fan of shooters, but if you're not too crazy about the first Deathsmiles, this one isn't going to do much at all to change your mind. There doesn't really seem to be very many improvements as far as like the mechanics and all that shit. Everything pretty much works the same as far as I know. As far as like the overall control features, power-ups, shit like that you can get, it all seems to be the same as the first game. Here comes the next boss. This weird looking praying mantis spider dinosaur looking thing. I don't even fucking know. Oh shit. Oh, and that was one thing I forgot to comment on. Is like the beginning of every boss battle play is like "Joy to the World." I think that's hilarious. Son of a bitch. Oh, excuse me. I'm actually yawning over here. I'm really bummed out because I gotta work at 9 in the morning. I'm actually working on Christmas Eve. It really sucks. I mean, who wants to work on Christmas Eve? Seriously, it sucks. The sole reason I'm gonna go ahead and do it, I have to work the day before and after Christmas. It's required to do that if you want to get paid on Christmas at AC Moore. Like if you're a full-time employee, you have to work the day before and after Christmas. And God knows I need all the money I can get right now. Good God Almighty. Much like the first game, like right before you get to the final battle, they have a cutscene at a campfire. I guess they go over their plans on what they're gonna do. I don't know. It's in Japanese. If y'all don't mind, let me skip this. I mean, it's more of the same thing. It's just all Japanese. It's not like we can understand anything they're saying. And just like the first game, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that after you make it to the final, like when you make it to the final stage, at the character select screen, you'll have the option to select a totally optional side mission. You don't have to play it. Isn't that, God, that fucking creepy ass Dumbo. Fucking scary. Anyway, this stage I'm playing right here is completely optional. You are welcome to skip it if you'd like, if you want to hurry and beat the game. Which the only reason I'm playing this for you all, I just want y'all to see all the stages in the game, including this one. But I'll be honest, I mean, I like this stage, but I hate how fucking hard it is. I hate the boss here, or should I say bosses. You'll see what I'm talking about when I get to them. I absolutely loathe, like I hate every minute of the optional stage in the original Deathsmiles, but at least this one has charm to it. I like this whole carnival setting and all the little Satan clauses here and there. I think that's a fun touch. Oh, scary Dumbo. That's a huge one. Oh God, kill it, kill it. There we go. Oh, that damn thing scares me. I really don't understand why, like, when they made this a game on demand, I just don't understand why they didn't, you know, go ahead and translate the game to English. Like, you know, the story of it, some of the descriptions and the menus and all that. Again, I said that the menus were easy. They're easy to navigate and all that shit, but like the descriptions of the modes and stuff like that, the cutscenes, what they're saying, and the subtitles and all that. Why didn't they translate that shit to English? I am mad. I'm not a programmer. I don't make video games. I don't translate shit, so I don't know how hard it is. But if you're gonna release this shit in America, at least go ahead and translate the language. Anyway, these are the next bosses. Oh, this game, it does things to my mind. It's just like, what the hell? Why am I playing this? Nabby, 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 nabby. I mean, what the fuck? What is happening? Oh my god. Oh, I love this game. Look at them, they're sitting there fighting each other. Shit. Fuck it, I'm just gonna spam bombs again. It's an epic jump kick. That was one hell of an epic jump kick. Shit! I fucked up. Shit! I know I said I wasn't really trying, but I can avoid stupid mistakes like that. Let's go ahead and kill these sons of bitches. What the hell? It's not really hurting them. There we go. That's the end of the final stage. Not final, damn, I'm sorry. That's the end of the extra stage. Now we're moving on to the final stage of the game. Yeah, whatever. I don't understand what you're saying to me. I'm pressing start and it's not skipping. There we go. Even though I get hit a lot here, I love the stage. Like I love the music here and everything. I love the overall, like, the look of the stage, the setting, the feel, blah blah blah. I figured, you know, with the final battle being with Satan Claus, you would think that the final stage would be more Christmas themed, but it's not at all, really. It's just a pretty generic castle, but it's awesome. But I just wish it was more Christmas theme. I think that would have made more sense than this. Oh shit, my screen's freezing again. I failed to mention, like the same with the first video. I'm actually playing this on the laptop. Like I hooked the game straight up to my Dazzle, and I'm just looking at the screen like on the Pinnacle Studio. So there's a bit of like sometimes it hiccup, like the screen hiccups here and there. So it's a bit of a minor inconvenience, but hey. I'm fighting chess pieces. I forgot to mention I'm fighting chess pieces. Oh, this game. This game is weird, but I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh shit, that was close. I lucked out there. Speaking of you know, Christmas being Christmas Eve and all that stuff, all this time I've been recording, I've never told you guys what I've gotten for Christmas so far. Basically, Allison let me open a few of my Christmas gifts early. She's been very anxious to see my reaction to them, because I swear she's the best. First, she gave me Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which I plan on playing some of that and posting it on YouTube. I love that game. I think it's great. This is probably an overstatement. I don't care if it is, but Tekken Tag Tournament 2 has to be my favorite one in the series. Literally, they brought back every fighter you can imagine. Like, every fighter is playable that I can think of, with the exception of Gon from Tekken 3. Anyway, sorry. Moving on. The other Christmas gifts I received were Sonic and Sega Racing Transformed, which is, it's even... I gotta say, it's even better than the first. I think it's a great game. Don't get me wrong, the first game was amazing too, but the second one is just, it's a little better. I love the whole transforming aspect. Like, the water vehicles and airplane vehicles, they handle quite well. Like, way better than I was expecting them to. Anyway, I also got Ashura's Wrath, which I have not played that yet, but I've been dying to, which I'm going to dive into that game after I put down Sonic Racing, which is what I've mainly been hooked on. Also, one of the best gifts of all. God, I love Allison so much. She bought me a figure of an anime character. It's Rena from Higurashi no Naku Koroni. It's just it's like a statue of her doing like this little cute pose. But that's the final battle with Satan Claus. But yeah, the Rena figure, like I love that thing to death. Maybe I've thought about doing a video just showing off my collection of video games that I have. I mean, it's just an idea. If I do that, then I'll show off the statue that Allison gave me. I love that thing to death. Whatever, Satan Claus. Let's do this. Come on. I don't know if y'all have ever heard him over my talking voice, but sometimes, like, this whole game's in Japanese, but you can hear him say in English, "Merry Christmas." It's hilarious. There we go, just gonna spam bombs. Yeah, this is the final battle of the game. When you get his energy down just some like that, that's when he goes into his final form and the real final battle begins. And I was just about to say, as annoying as he is, to me he's not nearly as bad as the final boss of the first game. That's just my opinion. I mean, he's still pretty damn hard, but it's like I don't seem to die at him as much as I do the boss in the first game. Holy shit, I'm getting lucky. And he's dead. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of Deathsmiles 2. Now, the first game, when you beat that one, you're given a choice. You can actually choose, like, if you want to go back to your real world where you came from, or you can stay in the alternate dimension with your friends. This is pretty much it's pretty much the same concept. You get two choices with each character and you get a different ending depending on which choice you've made, which in this game, since it's completely in Japanese, you don't even know what fucking choices you've made and you'll have no idea what's happening in the ending. So it's like, to me, it doesn't make a damn difference at all. And by the way, I think this cutscene is amazing. This is the part of the ending that I love because it's anime-ish. It's not completely, like, you know, it's not fully animated. It's like the characters are still, but it's like their lips are still moving. You know what I mean. And her voice is just awesome. Again, I don't understand this story in the slightest, but I imagine here they're begging this person to bring their caretaker back to life. I don't know if it's I just call him caretaker, but I really don't know. Like I said, I hadn't fully looked into the story of the Deathsmiles series at all, because I'll be honest, I mean, this type of game, I'm not in it for the story at all. I just want to blow shit up. Oh man. There's Wikipedia, ladies and gentlemen. Not to be a smartass or nothing like that, but there's Wikipedia if you're interested in knowing the full story. There we go, the old man has awakened. There was something I forgot to mention in the first Deathsmiles, which I'm gonna go ahead and mention here now. I recommend not skipping the demo. You go ahead and sit here and listen to everything they have to say, even this one with its Japanese tech. if you skip the if you press start or something to skip the ending, you won't get the opportunity to make your decision and get whichever ending you like. See, here's where you make your choice, whatever it may be. If you skip your decision making, you'll miss out on your chance to earn the achievements for beating the games. That goes for this one and the first one. Speaking of which, I completely forgot to mention throughout the video, even the achievements that you earn are completely in Japanese. Not a lick of it is in English at all. And I also forgot to mention how perverted both of these games are. For God's sakes, these girls are between the ages of 11 and 17 years old. My favorite character, Casper, she's only like 11 years old. And look at this. Was this really necessary? Now that I've made my decision and y'all have seen this, let me go ahead and skip. No, I don't want to replay save. No, go back. I don't care to do that. That's what YouTube's for. Okay, I was about to stop recording and close this video, but I remembered one thing. I told you guys that I might play the minigame and show that off a bit. And you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you go here to the extra modes here. Tsukaima race. I can't pronounce it. Tsukaima. Yes, that's the mode I was talking about earlier. It's kind of, in a weird way, it reminds me of Super Monkey Ball. I know y'all are going to tell me I'm full of shit, but yeah, that's like the only comparison I can think of off the top of my head. So yeah, I'm just going to play a couple stages of this before I end the video. There's multiple worlds too. Well, you can only pick stage 1 here for some reason. I could have sworn I had beaten this before. Huh. Oh well. Anyway, you can select your character. Believe it or not, all of the characters have their own speeds and, you know, height, how high they can jump, how fast they can move, how hard they ricochet off the walls, blah 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 blah. It only has like 5 worlds to it. This little mini game shouldn't take you but like maybe an hour at the most to clear. It's not that bad. It makes that annoying boo woo 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 sound each time you jump. Get in there. There we go. See, there you go. Stage clear. That's the whole point to this mini game. And you see those arrows? They basically, it's almost like a wind resistance in a way. It basically pushes you in that direction. Like if you run into them, they can be a bit of a pain in the ass in some of the later puzzles. Get in there. There we go. For you achievement lovers out there, there's an achievement for jumping a certain amount of times. You can easily get it here. Just hold the jump button. Makes that annoying sound. And you literally, like, you jump thousands of times in seconds. So, and some achievements will unlock for you as you sit there and hold A. So, yeah. Alright, that's all I'm going to show for this little mini game. I just wanted to show this to you guys. Let me go ahead and exit here. So anyway, that's it. That's pretty much Deathsmiles 2 in a nutshell. And I'm about to go ahead and sign off here since it's Christmas Eve. I think I'm going to head on upstairs and spend a little more time with Allison before I doze off to sleep since I got to work at 9 in the morning. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, God, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching this Let's Play of this one. And if y'all watched the Let's Play of the first one, thank you all for watching that as well. I hope you all have a wonderful, merry little Christmas. And I hope y'all have a spectacular New Year. Y'all take care of yourselves. RenewedSpark signing off.